Hi, my name is Noah Latte and welcome to 5 Minutes of Design and Code. In today's episode, we'll be talking about looking at the big picture or starting with the big picture. In fact, it is not a big deal that everyone have a dream. Everyone have something to achieve, be it small or big, be it even having a good relationship with people. Right? At every point in our life, there's something we want to do. There's that great thing that we want to achieve, right? This video will give you 3 steps on how to get those things done, regardless of what they are. So let's dive into it. Number 1, if you have something to do or you've been thinking about so many things and you're thinking about solving a particular problem, the first thing you want to do is you need to define your goal, right? You need to first understand what is the problem you're trying to solve, right? If it is keeping a good relationship with people, what is the benefit? What do you need to do, right? You need to understand those problems because those actual problems are things that will drive your ideas. So the first thing you want to do is define your goal. With defining your goal, you'll be able to understand what needs to be done and how it's meant to be. After you define your goal, the second thing you want to do is to define the process, right? After you have your goal in place, you understand the problem you want to solve and it's very clear to you. The second thing is, how do you get there? You can think about it as you have a goal and there's a distance between the goal and achieving the goal. So the big question is, the in-between, how do you bridge that gap? How do you get there, right? So that's where defining your process comes in. So you need to understand what needs to be done in order for you to get to that goal. If you're thinking about maybe having a good relationship with people, the first thing you want to think about is what are those things you need to put in place, right? For you to have good relationship with people. One of it is smiling with people, right? Minding the kind of tone you use to communicate with people. So by the time you understand those things that needs to be done, right, in order for you to get to that process, the last on my list is you need to start doing those things. So that's the execution part, right? After you have your goal, you understand the problem you're trying to solve. The second thing is understand the process that needs to be done, right? The process you need to put in place in order for you to achieve that goal. Then the last one is doing those things, right? No amount of goals, no amount of plans or processes you have, the moment you don't start implementing those things, that such goal will die, right? So you don't want to just watch your goal to die. You keep working on the processes. So some of those things you've outlined, right, you realize that there are things you can do bit and bit. And the cool thing about you outlining all of these things is it is not a new thing that you won't have the entire idea or the entire resources to do these things yourself. But once you have this process in place, you have this detailed spreadsheet or to-do list in place, it will be easier for you to approach people. It will be easier for you to ask people for help. And, instead of people helping you to think about your idea, you're actually going to people to say, please help me do this, right? So in asking people to do that, it's kind of like give them room to quickly do it for you because the person you're going to ask for help actually have something to solve as well. So the moment you're not detailed with what you want them to do, it might be a very big issue for them to help you do such a thing. That's why most times when you ask people for help, they end up not helping you because you're not detailed with what you want them to do, right? But once you have all of these processes in place, those 3 processes, defining your goal, defining the process, you understand the kind of help you need and the kind of person that can render that help to you. And that's the end of our tips for today. If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media handles. See you next time.